Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream.
Hey everybody, welcome to the tit slappingest show this side of the West Indies.
Howie. We're both very tired. So while we were in the pre-stream, I was just like, okay, I know how to wake us up. Slap your tits, slap your tits, slap your tits, and
I did, and it hurt.
I did too, and now I'm tired and sore. So
Yeah. Perfect stream mood.
Oh, I hope everybody's having a good heckin' evening or time of day.
Happy's birthday to some folks in chat.
Yeah.
To Gwen and to Libby. We're not going to try to sing happy birthday this time, I don't think, because you know how well that goes.
It goes badly. It goes kinda not great, is the thing about it. Oh, God. It's gonna be a bit of a scuffed one tonight. Well, I say we. Sleet is blameless for this. I put Deep Night Detective on.
Perfect angel.
You are, and I love you so much. I put Deep Night Detective on the schedule, and only today when I was reading the Steam description to give Sleet an idea of what it is, which I don't think I actually ended up doing.
She didn't actually do.
Yeah, I don't think I saw your Tumblr post on that. I'm kind of excited to see what you said about this.
I sure hope I actually hit submit.
But yeah, I looked through the description, and the description says, enjoy a half-hour demo of this, and I'm like, oh no, oh fuck, beans. So, oopies. So we're backing it up with Killer Frequency, a game where you're a radio show host who has to help people not be murdered, because the cops are dead and probably wouldn't have helped anyway.
Yay!
Does the tit slapping apply to characters in-game for the tit slappingest show? I don't know if Deep Night Detective, Mr. Deep Night, or Mixed Deep Night, if that is their real name, has tits, but maybe. We can find out together. Shall we?
Let's do that thing. Let's investigate. Let's investigate this. Whatever the fuck we're doing.
It's like a little Metroidvania, apparently.
That's fun.
Father Martin Hillgrove and I still get letters, usually around the same time of year. Stopped being intelligible or coherent at some point in the late aughts. This is definitely an hard-boiled detective voice. Before they became a thick stew of expletives and promises, they were angry confessions. Funny enough. February 1997. Father Hillsgrove walked into my office, sweating through his clerical collar, putting a cassette tape on my desk and not saying a word for 5 whole minutes. I shouldn't be doing this. The tape was a recording of Hank Boyd in a confessional. This is the last time, Father. The very last time. Boyd continued in shaky mutters. Full stop. I'm done with it. I've just got to do this one last girl. Not a member of Hillsgrove's congregation, but Martin was understandably concerned for her nonetheless. He should have gone directly to the cops. I can only get it to the right people through the right channels so quickly. Wasn't able to keep Hillsgrove a secret, and we didn't make it in time to save her. Nobody came out of that one happy. I refused the money. Hillsgrove was excommunicated. And Boyd regrets, apparently very loudly, ever having trusted anyone in his whole life. A rare quiet day. Something about the summer heat makes people suspicious, I guess. There's spooky private investigations pulls in great business this time of year. cheating husband job came up totally dry, and the wife is suspicious enough to pay for another week's investigation. Take a pretty big idiot to turn down an easy job, an even bigger idiot to waste his time on it. So I sent Calloway to tail the guy. Pretty far below his pay grade too, but oh well. I sent him not because I don't have the time, but exactly because I do. I need something to do, and I need to enjoy a summer's day for once. Besides, sure it's only a matter of time before the phone starts ringing again. That or the other thing happens. I'm hoping it's the phone this time. The ever-looming idea that such a rude... Look at this edutainment character!
Put in my time in the neighborhood watch. I gotta pose for all the new signs they're making.
Ever-looming idea that such a rude interruption could be right around the corner makes me want to get as much sunlight as I possibly can. I'm going for a walk.
Ah, look at us.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, you
Neat.
15-foot vertical leap.
Trench coat, parachute. Ah, cool.
Whoop.
You got some schmoes. Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. I'll put it back on.
So you're just fully a ghost, then it's fun.
Seems like.
I'm trying so hard to read the poster.
I'm trying so hard to interact with this question mark. Nope. I think I've pressed just about every button I have available to me.
Including the strip naked button.
Yeah, twice! Oh, there we go. It's up and B. Really? My desk. Bank lamp and an admittedly old-fashioned telephone. No computer.
B for investigate.
Why bother? Do most of my work from my phone. Susie's the computer person round here. Okay, no, it is just B. Yeah, I can't investigate that for some reason. Weird.
Neat.
I keep records of all my cases. I've been a detective a little longer than most. These aren't even all my files. I have some in storage. My minibar. Hardly touch it. Keep my flask in my desk. This is for show. I-class clientele, even though they never actually show up at my office. Can you take our ghostly lad? A Columbo voice would go down real smooth, but I don't think I can muster it.
The mean streets of the city. Less intimidating when you're already dead, I'll concede. Also, it's a gorgeous day. Some sunlight's gonna do me good. Hey Susie, how's tricks?
Slow day, for once. No calls. How are you today, Mr. Spooky?
You know what? I'm kinda relishing a quiet day.
Is that so?
Yes, in fact, it is. I think I'm gonna go out for a walk. Would you like me to bring you back some lunch?
I'm a little strapped right now. I shouldn't be spending the money. Besides, I don't like chili.
It's my treat.
Oh, pick me up a hero and a small Coke then.
Will do. I'll be back in just a bit.
Thanks, Mr. Spooky. Case note, Susie's order. Let me see these.
Susie wants a euro and a small Coke. Pronounced euro. Don't embarrass yourself this time, Spooky.
I just did that.
That's quite a powerful exit button.
Oopies!
Well,
let me... Be nice to me! Shut up! Don't clip that! Well, we hadn't saved a game, so... Too late. Oh well. I'm gonna sneeze.
Okay.
I'm back.
Wow. Hey, what? Well,
Thanks, Mr. Spooky. Those lamps are just not interactable.
I find lamps to be boring. Dentist's office. The walls are pretty good at keeping out the drill sounds. The screaming, not so much. A therapist's office? Or some guy with a PhD, I don't know. Advanced Services Technical Solutions. I think it's a call center. Bathroom. 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 Bathroom.
I'm gonna drink my coffee while you're doing this.
Bathroom. 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 I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna actually kill you. Bathroom. 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 Wow. Some company that works with computers. I asked Susie about him. She doesn't know him. I go to her for computer stuff. I don't understand it at all. Another therapist. Great guy. Helped me out a lot after I died.
Thank you, Delta.
My scythe. I like to keep it next to where my heart used to be. I should check in with him. Uh-oh. Gotta use the bathroom. No, not again, damn it. Oh. Well, this is a pisser. I'm being summoned against my will. Let's at least hope it's a paying client this time.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Alright. It's over there.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey. Take off my coat on screen. I sure can.
Cool.
Better be careful not to lose it while I'm over there.
Yeah.
Oh, I can hang my coat and hat up on the...
Ah. Neat. Hey.
Hey.
Well,
I assume you were just summoned as usual. You're going back.
I am.
Hang up your coat on the astral coat rack. You can retrieve them on the other side.
Swell. Thanks.
Right, that's the idea. You can retrieve your clothes on the other side. Get your clothes on the other side.
It's quiet. This seems to be some kind of dusty shack, like an old backyard shed, but bigger, and without gardening supplies.
A Mr. Spooky, is it?
A raspy voice calls out from behind me. A butler, it appears. He must be the one who summoned me.
Okay, so I know that this is his head and he just has a cartoonishly big chin, and I know that's meant to be a coat collar, but please allow me to present a giant head, leg.
Oh, awful.
He's a
I thought you were
Goomba.
going to say that, like, at the top right is, like, eyebrow and little eye, and then at the bottom it's two legs. He's just got a huge dumper.
Oh god, he's got a little bit of that Among Us-y.
Uh-huh. He calls out in a raspy voice. He says, I take one last contemplative, silent look around to make sure I'm not in any danger before I give the guy the time of day. The same. How can I help you?
My name is Edward Mannheim. I'm a servant of Witherfield Manor and of the owners June and July Abernathy. I'm afraid we're in need of private assistance.
He says in a practiced, well-enunciated growl.
Grr.
Grr. His voice is charred and gravelly, but well-spoken and easy to understand, like an expensive organ with rusty pipes.
I am very well spoken.
Do you have a phone? I need to call my secretary.
But of course, the phone is in the main house. We can discuss the details of your potential employment inside.
I like that. Potential employment. It means I'm allowed to decline and that they plan to pay me. Good. It also means he's not one of these kids who thinks that the high price of my summoning in the old book refers to their soul or something. Like they can pay me in the magic money that comes from inside you. I'm already here. Might as well hear him out. Lead the way, Mannheim.
Right this way, sir. 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 Girls amuse themselves.
Wait 1 second, Edward, before we go inside. I stop him from walking any further. He tells me that Mannheim is fine in lieu of Edward. Meatballs, what's the general gist of what's going on here? I want it from you first before I hear it from anyone else.
Thank you for leaving our beast unsquashed.
Thank you so much. Mannheim's face doesn't change. The butlers are never that expressive.
We believe, Mr. Spooky, that the house may be haunted.
Lots of houses are haunted, Mannheim. Most of them, in fact. Only house I know that's not haunted is mine, which is arguable seeing as I live there.
The police have traced several disappearances to Winterfield Manor. I'm just going to keep changing voice until I find one that sticks. We'd very much appreciate if you could investigate the manor before the police made a mess of things. July Abernathy believes the cause to be spectral in nature.
That's his voiced guess, huh? I feel like that'd be a pretty convenient explanation, right? Why is that what he jumps to?
The Abernathy family has always had an interest in the supernatural. I believe you may have assisted the late Augustine Abernathy in 1984.
I may have.
Mr. Abernathy is curious to see if you can deny or confirm his suspicions regarding the strange nature of the household.
I respond, perhaps somewhat short in my approach. Quick question, what if he's wrong? What if it's not ghosts making people disappear?
I cannot begin to speak on his behalf on the subject, Mr. Spooky. If he deigns to return soon, you may speak to him about it then.
This seems to be Mannheim's last word on the situation before he leaves and turns back towards the house. Are there ghosts there? Yes, obviously. I can feel them from out here. But are these same ghosts the answers to the Abernathy's problems? Let's hope so, for their sake.
Anyway.
And then I left forever.
It's a little lacking in incidental music.
Just a bit.
Deep Night Detective. Book 1. Sympathy for the Devil.
Are you sure you can't tell me anything else regarding the case?
I've given you all the relevant information I have, Mr. Spooky.
How about some irrelevant information?
With respect, Mr. Spooky, you're a member of the private sector. I should hope you do not insist that I infringe upon my employer's privacy.
Fine. So what you're giving me is essentially the police told you people have disappeared here, that's not a lot to go on.
You're also free to investigate the home, within reasonable limitations. You believe that's not enough to justify your time?
I'll make do. Thanks anyway, Mannheim.
I pray that you not take it too personally.
No sweat. We're simpatico. I'll take a look around.
Okay. Behind Mannheim's head looks like a Pope hat. Kinda.
Pardon me.
Oh. Oh.
I say to the woman blocking the entrance to the southwest wing.
Hello there, Detective. Valerie Bordeaux. I'm afraid now might not be the best moment, if you don't mind me saying. Could you come back another time?
Why's that? Is it being fumigated or something?
Yes, it's being... Well, no, I mean, it's not being fumigated, but you can't go in right now. June is unwell right now.
The direct approach rarely works on a wilting violet like this one, unless you're willing to scare them off and upset the fragile ecosystem of a suspicious house. Valerie Bordeaux, you said. May I ask as to what your relationship to the owner is?
I am a friend of June's, Abernathy. We've been close for some time now.
My apologies, Valerie. I didn't even realize that the Abernathys had company this evening. I'll try to be discreet.
This is a very good ghost.
Uh-huh.
No, it's... Meatballs. It's no problem at all, Detective. May I ask that you come by to continue your investigation later?
I will return later, then. That's the reaction I'm wondering about. She's ashamed of her relationship to June Abernathy, but is open about her closeness with her. This means she's likely a live-in house guest. Fascinating. Thank you for your time again, Miss Bordeaux.
Meatballs.
Mannheim didn't say anything about a sick wife.
You're a sick wife.
Wow. Thank you.
No. Hi, doggy.
Hey, Booch. Aw, how you doing, buddy? Zulu.
Love the hazel butt up there.
Yeah, wow.
Hydrate? Yeah, okay.
This door doesn't go anywhere. Go bother the developer about it. I have a case to get back to.
Want to see the case notes on the pupper? Okay, I promise not to hit exit this time.
The man who summoned me, a butler. Seems to be a cold, unfeeling type, but I'm immediately put off. He's close to whatever's happening here in a way I'm not comfortable with. His collar's to Zulu. Seems to be a good boy. We'll need to continue my investigation to confirm. Valerie Bordeaux claims that June Abernathy is currently feeling unwell. She's lying, but I can't press her on it without at least some testimony to the contrary. But what's the point in lying? What does she gain if I don't speak to June Abernathy?
And is it pronounced testimony?
Nobody knows for sure. As tempting as it is to get away from this crowd, I'd better stick around a moment, see what everyone can tell me.
Yeah, I know, I almost did it again.
Wee!
Okay,
I'm nude as the day I died. Wee!
Woohoo! Ghost streaking!
Oh, they can't see me right now. I better make myself visible again before attempting to speak to anyone. Hey there, yep.
Mr. Spooky, I'm afraid that I cannot let you enter the Northwest Wing.
He interrupts me as I attempt to scoot past him.
Mr. Abernathy has restricted access by anyone but immediate family and the police.
You don't say.
I'm afraid that I do.
I think I catch him twitching his eyebrow as he says this, illustrating an uncharacteristic amount of expressiveness on his part. You did say something about restricted access. Fine. If this turns out to be too great an obstacle for my investigation, I'll need to charge you for time spent.
Understood, Detective. Can I just, like... Oh, well.
Oh,
See me right now because I died from a chameleon.
this door doesn't go anywhere. Beep bop, scribbity scribbity, scroodle doodle.
Oh, the wallpaper moved in a way that I didn't really like. Did you see that?
No.
Oh,
Oh.
right.
Oh.
Yeah.
I approach a butler who seems to be guarding a wing of the manor. His eyes are narrowed and intense. I find myself immediately put off. Detective Spooky. I start off in a harsh, unyielding tone. Detective Spooky! I start off in a harsh, unyielding tone. I recognize his stare. I've been around the block a few times, and I'm not letting him make a single assumption about my work here. I've been hired by your employer to investigate the manor,
Salazar.
he says, his icy stare not shifting. I'm certain he's impressed with my poise, but doesn't want to appear overeager. Last name?
Perea.
I'm gonna need you to step aside, Mr. Pereira.
I'm afraid my employers have not given me word to allow you passage, Detective. We have other locations that are, of course, open for investigation. I implore that you explore them.
You implore that I explore?
I do.
Behind that door?
Yes.
What
For-
for?
I know it's a bit of a chore.
Yay. Well, I don't want to be a bore, so...
When you sleep, how do you snore?
Pretty bad, because I sleep on the floor. I'm going to require unprohibited access to the manor to complete my investigation.
Fuck, we should have been keeping score.
I say, a little more relaxed now that I know the act isn't going to work on him. It's almost a relief.
That's going to be quite impossible, Detective.
He spits the words at me like he's offended I'd ask.
Patooey, patooey, patooey.
Owie, oof, ouch. My health bar.
Mm-hmm.
And then stand steadfast in front of the door. Damn. Until I can speak to the owner, what the butler says goes. Otherwise, owners find out I've been mistreating the staff and barging into restricted areas. Then I get fired and I'm just wasting my time here. And this case is actually kind of interesting.
Is it? It's just missing persons.
I'm just bored, okay? So you're taking the chance that the moita weapon's not behind you then? Not really worried about obstruction of justice, huh?
You've already determined it's murder, have you, Detective?
Should have known better than to use an unqualified hypothetical in front of a pedant. I'm getting old. Really, it could be anything, Mr. Pereira.
When you have made a determination, I assure you that I'll be more than willing to assist you with your investigation.
He gets off on this, I can tell. Giving you time to personally prepare to be cooperative with my criminal investigation sounds like something a professional would do, to be sure. I'll be back later, then. He scoffs under his breath at this. His pissant reaction gives me a stronger sense of schadenfreude than my therapist would be happy with. I wonder if this guy gets a migraine pushing his brow down like that all day long.
So many doors that don't go fucking anywhere.
Probably go into the boss door.
Yeah,
Fight
right.
one of the Koopa brothers. It's locked, like a lot of doors around here. Except, it smells like a graveyard, like freshly mown grass, like asphalt and rubbing alcohol. Meatballs, like death somehow.
What?
I don't know.
Oh,
Whoa.
look at this fucking Zoombini.
Grandfather of the California Raisins looking ass motherfucker. I say here, young man, this here must be one of the, one of the proprietors of this here fine establishment, I do say. What happened? Wow. Okay, look. I know how tough it is to hold a smile for a whole painting. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try. Oh. Joe Biden?
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Do politicians ever try to not look like politicians? Or do you just start looking like that when you sign up?
Whoa.
Huh?
Well, I did a murder, I guess.
Spirit Fist. Yeah, of course there's ghosts. I ain't never seen one of these old manners that doesn't have ghosts. It's the usual type, harmless to practically everyone else in the whole world except for yours truly. Oh, meatballs, I gotta stay on my toes. I don't have any toes.
Oh, beans.
Oh, no.
Oh, this greenhouse is broken to... No, okay.
Oh,
You're not just an
fucking
object.
rude. Do you have some kind of spectral Kamehameha that you can get him from afar?
I don't think so. Just gotta get in there.
You're becoming...
Toeless and afraid.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm kind
becoming,
of,
Whoop. Ah, mana spikes. Gotta have those in a greenhouse. Transparent. Oh, yeah, and your little secret soul orb.
yeah,
is
sword.
visible. Luigi's gonna come suck it up.
Motherfucker.
Oh! Ah, I belched a friend. Ugh.
Would it kill any of these guys to give me some health pickups? Okay, upper or lower route?
All of this because of a Euro order.
Lower route.
Columba Meha Meha. Columba Ha Meha.
What are you?
Oh.
Oh, God. Why are these peacocks so mean? Sippy
Why
also.
don't they have eyeballs?
Do we have a case note on the peacocks? Sure don't.
Nope. The greenhouse wing of the manor, bent, twisted, and contorted into strange passageways. But isn't that how it goes with haunted houses? Like usual, the residents and staff walk through it like it's perfectly normal, never realizing that 90-degree step they just took onto the ceiling. Trying to explain it to the family is always a pain in the ass. What's the harm in pretending it's normal? It'll go back when I'm done.
Neat.
Cool. Headpads, thank you.
Meow, 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 meow. Health pickup, please. Please. Thank you.
Yay.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Oh, hello there.
A maid greets me in the darkness. Hey there, could we hit the lights in here?
This is about as bright as it gets in here. Plants need their heat lamps. With the old wiring in here, turn on one light, another goes off.
Gotcha. Name's Detective Victor Spooky. Mind if I ask you a few questions, Miss,
Friday Foster. Pleasure. What can I help you with?
Her voice is sweet and energetic. She's a little more open and forward than most maids. Her helpful and well-practiced tone reminds me of Susie's back home. Nice to meet you, Friday. So you're a maid here? I ask her, not immediately noticing my redundancy. She responds,
Nah, I just wear the outfit for fun while I clean. Thankfully, the owners pay me for it.
How long have you been a maid here, Miss Foster? Her eyes drift sideways for a moment and come back, recalling the time that she forgot to mark.
Must be about 2 or 3 years now, and Friday's fine.
You must at least be mildly familiar with the house and its residents by now, right? Her eyes drift sideways for another moment. She then nods. Great. Then I just have a few more questions for you. Would you mind telling me more about the owners?
June and July? Certainly. What do you need to know? Oh boy. Dialogue tree.
As far as you're aware, at least. It's a telling gesture she makes, looking upward and reaching for a thought. I can only imagine that the owners don't cross her mind very often, at least not as individuals she knows, but rather simply as her absentee employers.
I don't know. They're nice, I guess. Nothing wrong with them. Pay me on time.
Unobtrusiveness. Perhaps the most suspect behavior of them all. The calm status quo in this house that everyone's fine with is the same status quo that's resulted in the disappearance of 2 people, maybe more. Tell me about their general health. I spoke to, what's her name, Valerie Bordeaux earlier. She offhandedly mentioned something about June Abernathy's health. Are you aware of any illness she may have contracted? She's careful about her words. She seems to rely on vocal affirmation before saying anything concrete.
No, I've not heard anything, Detective. Sorry, I wouldn't know if June's sick at all, though I hope she's not.
I nod slowly. I silently mull over the idea that perhaps June is sick but secretive about it. Alright, good to know. Any poisonal opinions? Do you have any strong opinions regarding the Abernathys? Just, poisonal thoughts.
Not really. I don't see them all that much. Also, I don't do much work in the areas where July is. I know June better, though.
What's your opinion on June, then?
She's fine. I always get the feeling that she's ruder to other people than she is to me.
Great, thank you.
Ask them what month they were born, if only.
Vamoose. As an aside, if Columbo had a stand, it would have to just be this old man, right? Like,
Absolutely. It's 100%.
Would you mind telling me about Valerie Bordeaux, I believe it was? Her brow drops a little bit. Not enough to imply disagreeableness towards Valerie, but enough to imply a shaky situation.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll tell you whatever I can.
So, Valerie, is she... Limps wrist. A relative, or... Friday averts her gaze for a moment, as if she's unsure if she...
No, she's not a relative. I don't think. I think she might just be a friend of June's.
What's her relationship to July Abernathy?
I've never seen them in the same room together. I don't think. I'm not positive they have a relationship. In fact, I don't know for certain if he's aware she lives here. I mean, they try to have breakfast and dinner together, June and July, but July's a really busy guy. I'm not sure he would have noticed.
This catches my attention. Clearly, they're the same person in disguise. So she does live here then?
Oh yeah, definitely. She's always in the house. Often she's with June, sometimes she's not. She sleeps in one of the guest rooms.
Confirmation. This makes things interesting. Valerie's easily here enough to be just as much a suspect as anyone else, ghosts included. Perfect. Thanks for the info, Friday. Valerie, she seems maybe a little... Friday's eyes poke up a little bit to catch the falling end of my sentence.
Yeah, she's kind of on edge. Neurotic, I guess.
So this is... I hesitate to say the word. Normal for her, then?
She's jumpier than normal. I've noticed it. So is everyone else, including June, I think.
Great. Good to know. Thank you.
I bet June and Valerie are really good friends. Me too.
Yeah. What are your personal thoughts towards Valerie?
Oh, I don't have any. Meatballs. Wish she would act like she lives here more and ask her stuff directly. She has June tell me stuff on her behalf a lot.
This gives me pause for thought. I wonder, if she's a live-in guest, why Valerie wouldn't step up to the plate and act like a resident here?
Well, she doesn't like to talk about her living situation. To me or anyone, I don't think. Maybe she came from somewhere bad before, or maybe she's afraid of overstaying her welcome. Who knows?
Actually, let's talk about... I'd like to ask you about one of the other members of the staff.
There's myself, Mannheim, Salazar, and Constance. Who are you talking about specifically?
I've spoken to Mannheim. He's an interesting guy. Do you know him?
Oh, yeah, I can tell you about Mannheim. What do you want to know? Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
I want to play more video game. I'm out.
Fair enough.
I know that the investigation is kind of part and parcel of this, but also I don't want to spend half this stream in a dialogue tree.
Ooh.
Okay, we need the double jump, clearly.
Yeah. Patooey.
There's not really any sound effects for enemies attacking us, is there?
No.
Down here. Oh, a save room! Oh, finally!
Ah.
Checkpoint. What do we have to say about the save point, I wonder?
Strange rooms.
Strange rooms, yeah.
The usual rooms have appeared. I'm not going to waste my time wondering whether they're a hallucination or not. Not this time.
Fair enough. I want to say that the reason that I went to exit before is because I can't just be out of any of these menus. I have to manually go to each one and select back.
Ah.
What are you doing here, bud? Excuse me, detective.
How can I help you, Mannheim?
You see the room a few steps behind you?
I did. I'm just doing a general sweep at the moment. I'll check it out soon.
Would you mind terribly, perhaps, prioritizing that room? If only for a moment.
Meatballs? Sure, I'd be happy to.
My sincerest gratitude, detective.
Okay.
Hi?
Oh, hey there, Mannheim. I could hardly see you in here.
Detective.
What the hell is this place? I grumble in no particular direction, trying to squint through the darkness.
This room seems... Oh. No, after you. If you...
No.
This room seems, by all appearances, to be the source of the trouble.
You're kidding. There's nothing in here. No ghosts, no spectral matter, no erratic residue, not even a common geospiritual murmur. Nothing.
Allow me to get the lights.
I can hear Mannheim's footsteps approaching the back wall.
Huh.
Meatballs. The powers that be seek a vessel for the darkest ambitions of mankind. Mannheim, what the hell is this? Mannheim clears his throat like a wood chopper digesting a stone. Christ alive.
We found it shortly after the police visited. It raised supernatural suspicions.
Meatballs. I mean, I guess.
I beg your pardon, sir?
The one semitone raise in Mannheim's otherwise totally monotone voice tells me I caught him off guard. It's just that... Meatballs. Where do I even start? I guess I'm just gonna have to trust that he can handle me being a little frank. Hi, it's me, Little Frank. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Someone's playing a prank on you. Mannheim asks me to explain. Well, Mannheim, there's no reason for this thing to... In your mind, why is this all here?
I imagine you're the best person to go to for that sort of information, Detective Spooky.
Okay, be that way then. First instincts, Mannheim, are that this is a summoning, except there's no ritual here. It's just a bunch of stuff. A summon ritual is there to draw power or creatures toward a point in our dimension. But this is just like a star and a picture of a person. I mean, you summoned me, Mannheim. Remember what you had to do? Draw a very weird symbol and put it at a really specific point above my summoning place, and then put a candle lit specifically with lithium chloride behind it? Mannheim drops his head to think for a moment. He then nods his head. Well, this is a star, not even a pentagram, with a silhouette above it. That would mean there's a small chance of summoning something every time someone drew a guy above a star. There would be a lot of bored kids accidentally summoning demons with their notebooks. Mannheim nodded his head, not responding vocally. So this is some kind of demonic resonance, I'm assuming. Is that what you're thinking? Mannheim shrugged. Or rather, he looked at me and communicated a shrug through his silence. Ghosts don't require blood. Demons do. Demon is the implication. So then why in God's name would a demon not clean up after itself? Mannheim interrupts for a moment.
I've never personally known a demon to be a thorough cleaner, Mr. Spooky.
Is that a joke? Wasn't expecting that. What would a demon get out of scaring someone, or anyone? It's a million miles away from a demon's best interest to be scary, or at least scary in this extremely specific way.
And why is that?
So questions Mannheim, talking as if he's beginning to suspect I'm spewing nonsense. Well, you know what the quickest way to get a person to stop praying is, Mannheim? He doesn't respond. Put a gun to their head. He responds with a short, ah.
Ah.
Oh, I'm gonna keep exploring. Thanks, Mannheim.
If meatballs?
Mannheim interrupts me, a little more haste than usual.
If you had to speculate as to meatballs.
After seeing this, I can say with 100% certainty that it's not a ghost that's your problem. It's either a demon or a prankster.
Are ghosts and demons not the same thing, Detective Spooky? I was laboring under the assumption that they were.
The big difference is that a demon wants something from you, Mannheim. Whether it's your blood, your word, or your soul, they're selfish creatures. I have to sigh. The look of this place would be funny if it weren't so stupid and senseless. I'm already tired by this criminal, already sick of him, or her.
Thank you so much, Detective Spooky.
Victor's fine, or just detective, either way. Mannheim nods and allows me to leave.
Neat.
Cool beans. Whoa. Just gotta chill. There's something in the next room. Meatballs. Something dangerous.
Gonna backtrack to the save room just under the assumption that this game doesn't have the best continue points.
Yeah. There's a boss fight ahead.
Yeah. This game feels really empty without any background music.
Yeah, a little bit. This old man, he played knick-knack on my... Oh my fucking god! Jesus fucking H Christ!
Okay, hit it in the head. Don't let that happen.
He's got Kraid missiles.
What is dragging me to... Oh god, I need to stop being... What happened there? Oh.
I think his tummy hurts you.
I think so.
Oh. Meatballs. I died. Again. My clothes didn't come with me. I better go get my clothes back before I speak to anyone else. People don't tend to cooperate well with disembodied voices.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Well, I sort of
your
thought...
little Dark Souls.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna lean forward and enter gaming mode.
You got a gaming.
Oh, hydrate? Yeah, okay. Yummy.
Thank you. It should come as no surprise that the Columbo voice isn't the best on my vocal cords.
I'm just having to chip away at it very slowly. What? I was a million miles away from that.
Wow, this is quite the health bar it's got.
Yeah, my god. Ow.
Me. Me.
Okay, it doesn't particularly telegraph its different moves. It's a shame. Ugh.
Mostly for that one right there.
Mm-hmm. I guess if it's yelling, I gotta get out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
eee.
Ooh.
I can deal with that. More moves like uh-oh. I lied, I can't deal with that.
You're doing good. You got this.
Ah,
Nice.
gaming.
Man, I hate hearing it scream. Poor thing. It'll be at peace soon. There's something to be said regarding the cojones of this bastard. Regarding the cojones of the bastard spreading this demonic crap. Doesn't make me like him any better. With the peacock's death, I can feel some of its demonic energy pouring into me. It's not a totally unpleasant feeling, though it doesn't make me feel completely wholesome either. Demons have this thing where they love to kill each other for power. So the way it works is the power finds its way to whoever moided its last inhabitant.
And in this case, its power is a bunch of little emogi.
This is some avian agility thing. I bet I can double jump now. That's definitely what this feels like. If I press the jump button while airborne, I should be able to jump once more. Interesting. I should keep looking around. This Boyd thing was probably a side effect, not related to my case. Probably.
Probably.
Locked door. I swear I didn't see that behind the peacock before. Damn, the door thing again. I'm gonna have to find a way through that. Maybe the double jump will help.
Well. God, that boss music was really good.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of the music video game? It's so quiet.
The silent basement.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's some music. Ow. Had to earn the music. Yes. Oh,
Something speaks,
you startled me.
says the figure in front of me. It, probably he, but who knows in this light, hasn't moved an inch. I don't get the idea I startled him. My apologies.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine.
The man creature scratches his chin with his left hand. I can't see his right hand. He seems to be an amputee of some kind.
I knew... meatballs.
He continues after what might be mistaken for a breath.
But eventually the proprietors of this house would send a problem solver. Maybe a policeman or a pest control guy. Would you happen to be that problem solver?
Yup. You the problem?
I am.
Something red moves next to him. Something that didn't catch my eye before. He turns to face me.
Whoa!
Oh,
I don't think you should try to stop me.
what the fuck, bud? Your face is a gaping void, somehow darker than the pitch black walls around you.
Yep.
I'm given to a suspicion as to what you might be exactly. I imagine you wouldn't want me to stop you.
It's not about want, my friend. Have you considered what it would mean to stop me? We've begun to think of what kind of... meatballs. Precedent that would set.
No. But you should know that I don't play morality games with demons. You and I both know it's a waste of time.
And how do you know I'm a demon, Mr.
Detective Victor Spooky. And you made it clear enough downstairs. Too clear. Frankly, that whole song and dance was more confusing than anything. Also, you got a big hole for a face.
Okay, fine.
He responds with a huff in his voice, like I've offended him somehow. His tone shifts from moody to petty so quick it makes my neck ache.
Since you're so smart, if you know that I'm a demon, then you know as well as I do that you can't kill me. For I... Meatballs.
A small inhale and exhale enters and exits the large, swirling vortex in his skull.
Meatballs. Am deathless.
He's got a flair for dramatics. I don't want to kill you, I just want to stop you and go home.
Shockingly naive perspective from someone who gets paid to find murderers. I thought you'd know better. You only think you don't want to kill me. How would you know when you yourself haven't killed even one person for sport? I wonder if you're not worried that you might enjoy yourself.
I have to roll my eyes. Well, now, that sounds like something a psychopath would say.
Sure, Victor. You can go ahead and keep telling yourself that.
I probably will.
You know, if you want the last word so badly, you can just ask for it.
Meatballs. God, I'd hate to be you. I tell him to what is presumably his face.
I've got to run, unfortunately, but we'll meet again soon, Victor. We'll meet again.
He disappears into a black mist, depriving me of the last void that he promised me. What the fuck? What an asshole. He's only calling me by my first name to piss me off, and goddamn if it isn't waking. As much as I feel like making that hole in his face a few inches deeper, I've got to find out more before I make a move against this guy.
That's a good line.
I'd better keep looking around. Hey, look at that. A spooky key. Not a literal key. A phasma conceptual key. The idea and permissions granted by a key. The physical becomes the spiritual and returns to physicality again. I should be able to unlock a door with this.
Sleep good, Squeak.
Have a good one. Writing in this game is really, really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm wondering how much more of it there is. I feel like we're probably reaching the end of our time with it. We've had a boss fight, we've had a cool whole face demon face hole. Oh, there we go. And again, maybe I'm wrong as hell, because there seems to be a bit more greenhouse.
Mm-hmm. Very hard-boiled greenhouse.
Mm-hmm. Ah,
Ah,
checkpoint. Oh.
yeah. Cool.
Bleh.
Don't like that.
Oh, okay. Ow,
Ow.
that really hurt. Can I punch the eyeball? Nope, nope, nope.
Oh, man. Tempting fate with that thing. Oh,
I love the skulls. They're just like they're reacting to a really good joke.
yeah, they're having a great time.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, hey, Salazar. I say as I approach him, as if this is someone I should be even the least bit comfortable around. I can't help it. I've dealt with his type so often, he feels like an old friend.
Detective?
What are you doing down here?
I could ask the same question.
It'd be a stupid question. I'm investigating. This is one of the few places I'm allowed to investigate, if I recall our oilier conversation correctly.
I suppose you've got your work cut out for you then.
My ears perk up. When did those come back? Not only at the implication that things up ahead may be more complicated than currently appear, but that it sounds like Salazar wants to tell me something. Easy, Spooky. He might be teasing you. Go on.
We're missing a housemaid.
Not teasing. That's a shocker. Usually someone who's expressed this much contempt for me would love to dangle information over my head like a cat toy. No, I was expecting it. When you say missing...
The other maid, Friday, claims to have not seen her all day. After a thorough search, she is missing from every room except one.
Then she's in that one. Or taking a break outside.
The room is locked. Always has been. It turns out that the maid Constance has been secreting it away all this time. Well, the staff would be very surprised. Perhaps with your incorporeality, detective, you may be able to investigate the room unhindered.
That is a thing I have. Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Ah.
He says, clearly in no need of, or desire for, an explanation.
Wait, what's the explanation?
The explanation is that human constructs have an effect on the spiritual. Vampires of old cannot enter a home unless invited, and I cannot float through a wall that has been closed to me. If the door is open, or getting more complex here, if it was closed off due to no one's desire, like a cave-in, then I can float through it. But if someone, even from 1,000 years ago, wants to keep me out, then they damn sure can. Regardless, Salazar, I'm a little surprised you want me to investigate something. You made it pretty clear upstairs how unwelcome I am.
As a man who is hired and paid to do things precisely as his employers instruct, it is uncommon that I should hope to see... Is it uncommon that I should expect to see the same out of you?
He's calling me a bad employee. I'm actually a little offended by that one. Not at all. And if my employers instructed me to not enter an area, I'm certain they'd have the dignity to tell me themselves, or at least tell me what the chain of command is. And for right now, I'm going to assume you're at the top of that chain. Hope I don't find out I'm wrong.
You won't.
I'm certain. Now, if you don't mind...
Of course, detective.
I gotta go punch some more of your plants.
We're getting keys jangled above our heads. I want them.
Oh my god. Meow.
Meow. Oh!
Oh. Sorry, it's staring at me. Sent me on edge. From the angry breathing to the tense posture atop his invalid legs. His invalid legs? Probably. This one is priming himself to attack me, no doubt. Demon, that's clear enough. Face shaped like a crescent moon. Eyes, too. Broken or otherwise unusable legs. Labored breathing, twitching fingers, showing multiple signs of having become a slave of sloth, or in layman's terms, an imbecilic demon. Not to be taken lightly, though. I have maybe 10 seconds at best before he attacks. If there was some peaceful way out of this, I'm sure something would have hit me. No choice but to cowboy up. Let's have a row. Whoa.
honest, I particularly like them using imbecilic here.
No, me either.
And invalid legs is a bit pathologizing as well. They could have just said fucking broken.
Yeah, I agree. I guess it's meant to sound more demonological.
Yeah.
Crack. I hit him a little extra hard that last time. It jostled him right in the brain matter. Actually, I was expecting more of a fight. This thing only recently crawled out of whatever pit it came from. I'd put money on it. Old Crescent Moon Face is a minion. It's doing the violent bidding of someone or something else. That will-o-wisp, I bet. I wouldn't have found Earth otherwise. Oith, sorry, otherwise. Can you talk? It replies with the same back-of-the-throat goigling that's been coming from its gaping head since we started fighting. And then it begins to leave. Which I'm more than okay with, if I scared it off anyway. If I really wanted to completely subdue this thing, I'd have to wail on it a little more. If it comes back, though, then we got a real problem. But for now, I'm clutching my pearls, praying that someone can investigate for 5 minutes without some goddamn nightmare trying to catch me on my left foot. Here's hoping.
Neat.
Cool.
Completely goddamn busted legs would have been fine also, yeah.
Nothing.
Then why did you put an interaction marker?
I don't know. A rake stood up on its handle, apparently as to avoid comical mishaps. Not that I'd have to worry about that, really. Some wood. Nothing. A bag, maybe full of soil. Mulch. Seed?
Well, which is it?
Hello, I'm Soil Mulch Seed. Nothing. A small spade, paint can, some wood. Meatballs. Huh. A pair of crutches. Not dusty enough to have not been used in the past couple of years. Who was using these? Perhaps it's the elusive Mrs. Abernathy, whom Valerie claims is sick. But then why is she not using these right now? This is worth asking around about.
I like the hybrid of oh, I want that.
Ooh.
Of detective game and Metroidvania that's at
Oh,
play
hey,
here.
can the eyeball see you if your if your clothes are off?
Maybe. I have it now.
Jesus Christ.
Let's test that eyeball theory. Oh. Well then.
Uh-huh.
Also, good feature, the clothes did drop down a level when I dropped down to prevent me from fucking embarrassing myself by leaving my clothes too high up for me to retrieve. Whoops.
Oh, yeah. Okay, and we've managed to prove that that potion wasn't like a fairy.
Mhm. Wait, what?
Oh.
Huh.
Huh. Okay. So
Well, that's
world
just
full of mysteries.
Hmm. Yeah. I would love some kind of dash move. More than anything, just to have some button to spam while I'm maneuvering.
Yeah.
Does everyone know Detective Spooky is a ghost? I hope so. It sure seems like it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe it's only auto-locks if you're in the coat. That's actually a good point.
Hmm.
Because it kind of looks around a little bit.
Right.
God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, no going up. Oh, it's fucking rude! Oh. No, it's up here more likely the save point. Oh, it's you again.
Okay, so he's back. This is a genuine problem. And the most I probably did to him last time was wake him up a little. Better cowboy up.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Oh god. I attempt to seduce Crescent Moon Face.
I get fucking knocked out of the boss arena.
Awesome. Hey, time to test out. Is that like a usable health potion?
I'm trying to figure that out. I'm gonna go over here so I can push more buttons. Okay, you know what? There's probably... Okay. Okay, if there's some way of using that potion, I have no goddamn idea what it is.
Fair enough.
Uh-oh. What? Oh god, what did I do? Okay, okay, we good. I think I've busted the menu just a little bit.
Oh no.
Okay, maybe there's a save point down here. Oh, hey!
Oh. They can't see me right now. I better make myself visible again before it's up to speak to anyone.
Is it because I'm damaged?
Maybe.
Well. Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Okay, so... Okay, yeah, it definitely. Oh, got that the skulls are homing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another save point would go down real smooth right now.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I wish I knew what this potion was for.
Yeah.
Like, general gaming conventions would say that it's like a health tank or something like that.
Yeah, considering it's there on your user interface.
But also general gaming conventions would say that I should be able to use the goddamn thing.
Yeah.
And I have pushed all of the buttons. And none of the buttons
Now, hang on. What?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, the upper thing was the locked door, wasn't it? In the
Yeah.
previous room. Okay.
I think it goes slightly faster if I'm punching. Oh,
Huh.
great. Cool.
Huh.
Cool, great, good. Hey, am I visible enough?
Easy, Victor. Hello, Miss Bordeaux. I say, in a slightly cheerier tone than my usual. With this level of anxiety, it's good to dispel, as quickly as possible, the idea that an anxious person is at all in trouble or some such.
Detective, hello.
Spooky's fine.
Detective Spooky, how goes your investigation?
Ups and down. Mostly ups, one down. Singular. You don't mind that I keep poking around, do you?
Meatballs.
She shuts up quickly. I just can't tell where the line is with these kinds of people.
Detective, I hope you understand that I'm not preventing you from seeing Mrs. Abernathy out of malice or ill will.
Never even occurred to me.
It's very important that you not bother her.
We can discuss this later, Miss Bordeaux, if you'd prefer.
I would.
Great. What brings you down here?
Down here?
Right, she probably doesn't see how corrupted the house has become. No one ever does until you show them. I mean, here, to the greenhouse.
Just looking for a moment of peace and quiet, Detective. I should hope that's not an issue.
With that, Valerie's problem with me becomes clear. Miss Bordeaux, I'm not the police. I can't make you do anything you don't want to do. If I ask you any questions, and I would like to, very much so, for the safety of the house, you won't be legally obligated to answer any of them. Her face softened slightly. If I didn't tell her what she needed to hear, I'd put a 5 on having at least gotten close.
I'm sorry, Detective Spooky. This nonsense regarding disappearances has put me on edge.
Who could blame you? She smiles a little at that. Her smile fades quickly. She hurriedly switches to a worried and introverted frown, like it was a coat she had forgotten in the midst of a brutal winter.
Detective, any questions you have that are not regarding the lady of the house, I will be willing to answer.
Directions to the bathroom wouldn't go amiss. Another quick, strangely genuine smile. And another, even faster, return to guarded hostility. She's silent, waiting on questions. Might as well. How long are you staying, Miss Bordeaux?
I suppose indefinitely.
Would a live-in house guest be an appropriate moniker for your relation to the Abernethys?
It would. Miss Abernathy seems to like having me around.
And how would you describe living with the Abernethys?
Uneventful, at least until recently.
You're referring to...
The disappearances detective.
And would you describe it as... good? Bad?
I'd say good. I don't feel it'd be right to complain about my circumstances.
Mrs. Abernathy likes having you around, you said. How about Mr. Abernathy? Or July, rather.
You know, it's just hit me. She forgot to install Counter-Strike Source and look at her clothes now.
Oh no.
We don't talk a lot, actually. He always offers to have food or drink mixed for me. He seems kind. June and July, for what little time they spend together, seem to be as happy a couple as I've ever met.
Notable. June and July being on good terms comes off as strange to me. I can think of three reasons why. Either the immediate hostility of the house made the news of a happy, uncomplicated relationship seem odd in comparison. Valerie's lying to me, and I caught her deception subconsciously. Or the confidence with which Valerie said this constrated too hardly. Oh man, I'm tired. Or the confidence with which Valerie said this constrated too harshly with her usual wilting self-consciousness.
I think it's meant to be contrasted.
That's what I thought. No. Meatballs. It's none of these. I'm overthinking again. Just note the irregularity and come back to it. Eyes on the prize, Spooky. Back to the conversation. Perfect, thank you. What do you do for a living?
I used to be a wedding planner, actually.
She can't keep the pride out of her voice as she says this.
I was a very successful one, too. I actually planned Mr. and Mrs. Abernathy's wedding. We held it right outside the manor. It was a pretty small get-together. Neither one of them had a lot of family to speak of. Mr. Abernathy insisted on extravagance wherever he deemed appropriate. Multi-tiered cake. Both of the Abernathys love carrot cake.
She continues for a bit regarding the wedding. I don't mind at all. She's talking openly for the first time. Even tidbits like Mrs. Abernathy tried to talk Mr. Abernathy down from genuine silver utensils, but he insisted, have a hard time bothering me when it's so sincere. Whatever Valerie's guilty of, she's undeniably guilty of loving the art of wedding planning. But more importantly, she's speaking genuinely and leaking important information. Small families on both sides. Not a lot of contact with the world outside this corner they've carved for themselves. Making Winterfield Manor the remote. Not exactly a hub of activity. I only interrupt Valerie for a moment to ask about a pet that hasn't shown up in the house before, but it came to nothing. A stray cat that July was taking care of that doesn't show up anymore. Eventually, sooner than I expected actually, Valerie's anxiety reasserts itself and she shuts up like she's accidentally given me nuclear launch codes. What do you know about Constance, the maid?
Meatballs. I don't know much. I don't really talk to the maids here. June always tells me there's no harm in getting to know them, but I mean, they're not my servants, and I hate being waited on.
Are you aware that Constance has gone missing?
I wasn't. For how long?
Long enough to be strange. A few hours, maybe. Not long enough to get worried over.
Should I be worried, Detective?
I think you worry enough for 10 people, Miss Bordeaux. We'll find her. Don't stress yourself out about it. She didn't take the crack as well as I was hoping. An inwardly focused huff is all I get before she's done with this question.
I don't think we need to bother her with, hey, did you notice that the house is fucked up?
Yeah, because then she'll realize it and then she's gonna have a bad one.
I better continue my investigation, Miss Bordeaux.
Let me know if there's anything else you need, Detective.
I will. She's more guarded than even the most naturally anxious people I've spoken to, but she's less guarded than she was before. I imagine it'll remain that way until I no longer need anything from her. Like getting her to move out of the damn way so I can explore the southwest wing.
She is very pretty. I love
Yeah.
her design.
She's cute.
I do want to go and punch that Hilix character, but I want to find a save point first.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, it ain't here.
Oh!
Oh,
Surprise!
yes it is. Oh, health increased.
Nice.
Cool.
Lovely character design, interrupted by a quote about orc fuck.
Can't believe you wouldn't let us play Orc Fucker.
I didn't not allow us to play orc fucker, not directly. I didn't allow it because Beth Jesus wouldn't let us do it.
That's fair.
We'll backtrack and do it better this time. Oh, hey! Because we got that potion to a checkpoint, that increased our overall health.
Oh, that's what that is, does. That's cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just gonna fight good, I think. I'm just gonna win this one real quick.
Yeah, just win the race.
Yeah. I guess we're maybe not getting on to,
Yeah, I don't know why they said this was only like 20 minutes long.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
Well. Shake my fist at the heavens.
Curse you, God.
God. Just to shake a stick at God, not a fist? I'll shake whatever the fuck I want at God.
God's afraid of sticks.
I'll shake my ass at God. Okay, so I need to position myself between the... Oh, man. Man, that's hard.
Boink.
You know, considering One Piece is our latest obsession, I wonder what the One Piece video games are like.
That's a good question. I guess there must be some, huh?
Yeah, there's One Piece Pirate Warriors. I think there's a lot of them that are just fighting games.
I was gonna say, it's a shonen, so they're probably mostly fighting games.
Yeah.
If nothing else, things like JoJo's and One Piece really make me feel better about getting silly with it, with things, because those are wildly popular, and man, there's some silly stuff.
Yeah.
How many episodes were we dealing with that ballerina man?
A lot. We've had a recent episode where someone stored their farts in a jar to attack with,
and
more
put
or
that
less.
jar on their hands. That they
Yeah.
could- Oh, nice. A nauseating goigle comes from somewhere inside its skull. It has a skull. I wasn't sure last time, but I felt it this time. Must have rattled something in there too, because he's taking his time getting up. But it does eventually get up. Looks like he's going to be a little more cooperative now. Never make a demon sigil in a hurry, unless you want to summon something you didn't mean to, or you want your arm lopped off by a closing portal. My personal practice is to wall up any troublemakers enough to make them sit still long enough to let me do my work. Long enough. And unless I miss my guess, that dazed look in his eye tells me he could use a break. Who could blame him? No, damn it all, no. Well, I suppose I missed my guess then. Not the end of the world. He couldn't have gone far. This isn't anything special. That soft head of his is just taking a bigger beating than I expected it to. But, yes, I had really better track him down now. I don't think he intends to leave without a fight.
Right? I've got 1 hit point to do what must be done.
Be ever so careful.
Oh, I'm trying.
Oh, he's just gonna wait.
Yeah, he sure did. That's all. Oh, buddy.
What? Okay, Spooky. I know his weird, squishy skull is no fun to punch. But this time you really need to... Hey! He's leaving? Oh, this is bad. Now I've really got to corner this goddamn thing. Oh, but he left a key. Well, that's convenient. Crossing my fingers that crescent moon face is behind the door this unlocks.
Going. Well, I guess. Save of the game then.
At least it did save your progress, if not your game.
Now, where is my coat gonna be? Oh, it's in the spikes. Yippee!
Awesome.
Love taking damage for no good reason. Oh! Detective?
Valerie Bordeaux calls out to me as I enter the room. Yes, Miss Bordeaux?
Will... Meatballs... Meatballs... How goes your investigation in this wing of the house?
That's not what she meant to ask me. Fine. I think I've almost got everything that I need.
Will you be needing to search the recreational wing of the house?
Oh, you mean the other greenhouse where you grow the weed? Of course.
Would you be so kind as to return tomorrow? That would give me some time to speak to the lady of the house and confirm that she's feeling well enough to have, well, company.
I'm afraid I can't do that. Mannheim impressed on me. Mannheim imprinted on me. Perhaps more than he probably meant to. Meatballs. The urgency of this investigation. I'll be needing everyone's cooperation in order to get to the bottom of these disappearances.
Detective Spooky.
Her voice takes on a new pleading tone. Her guarded nature quickly gives way to what could uncharitably be referred to as begging.
Please. I understand you're a professional. You've got everyone's best interests at heart. I understand and appreciate that. But as a personal favor, could you please come back tomorrow?
Boss. Odd. Odd enough to not get my goat to be asked for a personal favor in the midst of a matter of life and death. Regretfully, I'll have to refuse. My sincerest apologies, Miss Bordeaux.
Why?
What?
Why? Why can't you come back tomorrow?
You're right. I should come back tomorrow. Another body might just be the evidence I need to wrap this case up for good. That's a great way to do my job.
Well, there's no need to be rude.
And there's no reason for you to play stupid. I've had a hell of a welcome since I got here to do my job, Miss Bordeaux, and it's not my idea of a pleasant summer's day to investigate a house that doesn't want me here. You'll have to forgive me if being summoned to a house for the sole reason of investigating a potential murder spree, only to be told not to be too thorough about it, offends my professional sensibilities.
Detective, I merely asked for a day's absence.
And something tells me you're not the one fronting the bill for me to be here, so I'm going to go ahead and take that with a grain of salt.
Meatballs.
I've had too many easy cases lately. I'm going soft. I don't think this nut's going to be cracked unless I start applying a little force. She's staring, shaking a little.
Fine,
She shuts up again. She's not overly practiced in sudden confrontation. She doesn't say a word. She turns away from me to leave. Walking straight into the wall. This house is so deeply corrupted I wouldn't be surprised if she was already far gone enough to start scaling walls. Yup, there it is. Walking casually upwards. Probably still believing that she's walking down the greenhouse she's used to. And she's gone.
Neat. Yeah. My favorite, a room with lots of off-screen spikes.
Yeah.
She can't even walk on non-Euclidean geometry. God forbid women do anything. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah.
We both noticed her second, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well, would you look at that? An actual demon summoning. An Abyssinian summoning sigil. 4 candles, 1 unlit, extremely specific locations. A bloodletter, presumably the maid, hung up in the ceiling corner. She's probably still having blood siphoned out of her, which would explain how this little fella keeps growing more powerful. Thankfully, he's sitting on top of his recall point. There's no teleporting away from me this time. Dukes up, Crescent Moon Face. Last call for blood. Time for you to go home.
Oh boy.
Ooh, bust those.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Good.
Mhm. Yeah. I can stand not too far from him and just wail on him. Assuming that he doesn't do the triangle launch.
Triangle beam.
Yeah, exactly. Even if he does launch triangles, I can still just kind of... Oop, I was a bit too close, I think. Oh, I'm getting cocky.
Yay!
Not that cocky.
I think he's gonna stay still this time.
Oh!
Oh, I don't get it. It's a teleportation. There shouldn't be anything painful about it. And yet, every time I send a demon home, they tend to writhe and scream if they're capable. Meatballs. And act like they're in great pain. The only explanation I can think of is that they're faking it. That's it. I sometimes get a little numb teleporting somewhere, but never hurt. But Crescent Moonface is doing it like all the others. And whatever kind of pain he's in, he sure is in a lot of it.
Oh,
Oh, you're okay.
you're more alive than I was expecting.
Yeah. How you hanging in there, Constance?
Come on!
What up, 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 up?
Fine, now that I've had a moment to catch my breath.
You're still out a lot of blood. I give up on getting any work done today.
Perhaps I shall. Normally I would put up a fight. I'm just sure of it. For whatever reason, though, I'm finding myself ill-equipped to disagree.
For whatever reason, she says.
Thank you ever so much for saving me, Detective. Again.
You can stop thanking me, Constance. I'm just glad you're okay. Also, this is the first time we've met, so why did you say again?
Yeah. I find myself overcome with gratitude, though. You ask that I should simply ignore these intense feelings and pray they leave on their own?
I'm asking you to understand that I'm only doing my job, Constance, and that at the end of the day, I'm getting paid for this.
Regardless, you saved my life. Thank you.
This woman is being exceedingly kind. Regardless, she's a handful, clearly has a lot to say, and I'm sure she's a different lady when you haven't just saved her life. A grateful voice is nice to hear, though.
Please let me know if there's anything I can do to repay you.
There is. Will you let me know the moment you're feeling up to answering some questions?
I'm ready right now.
Constance,
Don't argue, Detective. I prefer to start immediately.
You know what? I'll take it.
Hey.
Constance, I understand that you must be feeling.
None of that, Detective. None of that. You saved my life. The least I could do is answer your questions.
You're too kind. What do you recall of the past couple of hours?
I've been trying to answer that same question since I came to. I'm afraid that the answer won't be very gratifying or helpful.
Regardless.
I was cleaning. Here, in the greenhouse.
This room?
A different room. I believe I was wiping down the orchid planters if it's at all relevant.
It isn't, but the last thing I want Constance to do right now is skimp on the details.
My mind was a serenely blank canvas. I was as focused on my job as I am on my best days. It's my luck that something would go so dreadfully wrong. I remember meatballs. But I was frozen with terror before I understood what was happening to me. A pair of hands gripped me by my shoulders. Meatballs. From behind. The two hands were so different, though, as if belonging to two separate but equally terrifying men.
Go on.
On my right shoulder, a firm, unfeeling, cold grip that locks around my bones the same way a manacle might. On my left shoulder, a human grip, but cold and clammy, thin, the faintest heartbeat, sickly but strong. They moved with synchronicity, I suppose you would call it, and it then felt as though I were dragged into slumber. I had horrid dreams, none that I can remember too well.
The dreams are never ever helpful. If you can attempt to forget whatever dreams you had during that time, you'd probably be better off.
I concur.
And after that?
And meatballs. Well, you were there for the rest of it, Detective Spooky.
Got it. Thanks. Have you noticed anything different about the house at any point recently?
Other than the changes to this room?
Yeah, besides the... Don't name it. Yeah, besides that.
Balls. I suppose not. If I notice anything, Detective, I'll be sure to contact you as soon as is possible.
Would you?
Of course.
Perfect. She won't notice, not unless I point it out. Constance, to me it seems as though you've got a decent bird's eye view of the matter as a maid.
And a hard-working one at that, Detective.
Agreed. With ghosts come filth. If she were able to clean up the filth around here faster than the ghosts could produce it, she would be the first. What are your impressions on Winterfield Manor, its inhabitants, its general dynamic?
Disagreeable.
Disagreeable? You're the first to tell me that.
Of course I am, Detective. I'm the only one who's seeing things as they are.
Is this pertaining to the residents or to the staff?
Both. The staff sorely lacks a sense of unity. I've tried my best to rally the troops, as one might say. But my other maid, Miss Foster, on whom I must depend until I can convince Mr. Abernathy to hire on additional help, sees herself above strict regiment and hard discipline. It's a disgrace. Salazar Perea is a hard worker, yes, but has the bedside manner and etiquette of a fishmonger with a cold. Edward Mannheim, he could be a great butler if he weren't so solitary. He tends to July with openness and hospitality, where the rest of us, residents and staff alike, have trouble finding him most of the time.
Tell me about the residents.
Well, simply put, it's time to get down to brass tacks regarding Miss Valerie Bordeaux.
Wait. What brass tacks?
Well, I shouldn't gossip, but Mr. Abernathy believes Valerie Bordeaux to be a bad influence on Mrs. Abernathy. However, the lady of the house prefers having her around. I find that the two may be avoiding an argument about it, but an argument may be An argument may be the best thing to have, instead of this terrible sense of unfinished business that seems to surround the young Miss Bordeaux.
Do you have anything particular against Miss Bordeaux?
She's no social butterfly, but I've not the slightest reason to dislike her. I only wish the best for the house. It's Mr. Abernathy that seems to have negative impressions of Miss Bordeaux.
Fascinating.
Oh. Vamoose.
Time to vamoose. Aw, Constance, thank you.
Think nothing of it, Detective. And come find me if there's anything else I can answer for you.
I will.
Did think that she had been strung up, so
Yeah, she looked a lot more dead than she really was.
yeah. I really need to backtrack all the way up there, man.
So it would seem.
Hilarious if I walk back into the room and it was already cleaned up. She
That
is a
would be
hard
funny.
worker. It's a lot of peacock ghosts, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those eyeballs are so sinister, I love them.
They're very spooky.
Okay, where are we? We got so much further up to go. Right, oh, we've already been here.
Yeah, a dumb waiter would have been a good thing to have.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just stuck in his voice now.
I was gonna
Somebody
say,
help
you
me.
seem a little bit, trapped in the Columbo dimension.
I have to go to a special place in my throat to do that voice. And, it's kind of ripped the rest of it to tatters.
Oh no. Oh, you need to start getting some lemon tea prepared before streams, I feel like.
That sounds pretty good.
Hmm.
I have been drinking a lot of water, though.
Hell yeah.
It helps. I do have some nice Earl Grey.
Ooh.
That might have been. Maybe I'll make some of that when we're done.
I was feeling fucking exhausted before stream, so I did the cool idea of a 9 p.m. coffee. So, you know, that's gonna be fun later.
Yeah.
What a wild jump to have to make. On the... God! Damn it. On the way back up.
Hmm.
Ah, we found the
Ah, yes.
total absence of audio area.
Can't hear Earl Grey without thinking of the little gray rat in a box of tea, apparently named Earl. Oh.
Oh.
Well, I'm just glad you didn't say Picard.
Now, is the game upset with us because we didn't go through the full dialogue tree of that other maid?
I don't know if
'Cause-
there's any reason for her to not still be there for the rest of it.
Yeah, it's true. I'm just... It just seems weird that there's this much backtracking that we have to do.
Yeah. I think a dumbwaiter would have been a nice thing to have.
Mm-hmm.
Get you back up.
Yeah. Oh, hello there.
A maid greets me in the darkness. Hey there. Can we hit the lights in here? Beep bop, scroodly doodly doodly. Alright. Clearly we were supposed to talk once and never again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tell me about Constance.
I haven't met Constance yet. Another housekeeper? Her eyebrows raised, but her expression doesn't seem to brighten at all. She's either been waiting for or dreading talking about whatever she's about to talk about.
Meatballs. Yes.
Let's talk about her, briefly. On a scale of 1 to 10, how string-upable is her neck, would you say?
Oh.
What do you think of Constance personally?
Meatballs. Well,
She starts and stops like an old motor. Tough question.
I don't think she would be surprised if she heard me say I am not overly fond of her. I hate to talk behind people's backs, but this isn't exactly a secret.
Understood. I appreciate your candor. You don't sound like you're excited to talk about her Friday. Should I be worried?
Well,
She's choosing her words especially carefully now.
Constance is a little hard to work with sometimes. I would not be surprised to learn that she doesn't end up cooperating with you.
Well, guess again, bitch.
Yeah.
Friday says this much quieter than she was before, as if she were speaking some grave insult that this Constance lady would be shocked to hear. If Friday's right, then Friday wouldn't be the first person Constance would hear criticism from. I'll keep that in mind then. Thanks. Am I correct in assuming she's another housekeeper? Friday exhales with the slightest tinge of frustration. This constantless laugh, she's already shaped up to so high character.
Yes, she's another maid. We have rotating duties.
Wow, this bottle of water tastes an awful lot like rubbing alcohol, Jax.
Oh, what?
I I don't respond to that verbally. It's unhelpful, and I'd like to move on to the next question. No, I just did such a good read of that last line.
Oh. Okay. I'm just gonna mash through the others in case we get anything, because I know that we're kind of close to time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Okay, Friday
Ah,
doesn't get on with Salazar.
what a surprise.
Mhm.
Wish you could draw me in Columbo's outfit. Ah,
God, a while back, Jangle did Disco Sneplysium.
ah.
Love it. You remember that one?
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Ah.
Well, there was a save point here. That's what that was. Okay. It still shows that there's an unexplored
Oh,
Part.
yeah.
right down there, but that was where we had the boss battle, I think.
Yeah, that's where Constance is.
I guess let's go back there and... hate to backtrack all the way back down there,
That's-
but...
A lot of backtracking.
Yeah. Yeah, like, on the one hand it could be a bug, on the other hand it could just be, like... Maybe
I feel
because
like it's a bug, because I don't know what else we would be doing in there right now.
You know what, we've come this far up, let's go into the main portion of the mansion and see if anything's changed there.
Yeah.
It's interesting also that the game did that whole, ah yes, put your coat on the astral coat rack bit, and then there's been nothing about that subsequently.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was part of the like summoning process, but yeah, it seemed like it was setting it up to be more of a mechanic than it turned out to be.
Yeah.
Oh, Metroidvania had just like a lot of bugs. Is it Hollow Knight? It's Hollow Knight.
Oh, you're here again.
Bitterness lines.
Oh, oh, fuck. Okay.
You seem on edge.
My friend is terribly ill, detective. I'm sure you could understand my discomfort.
Undoubtedly. Would you mind if I were to swing a few questions your way? You know, since I've got you here.
Ask away, detective. I'll answer whatever I'm at liberty to discuss. I know we've both got nothing but time.
Dandy. So, one more time for the record. June Abernathy's under the weather.
Without question.
What's the doctor's diagnosis?
None yet. We live in a pretty remote area, Mr. Spooky. It's going to take some time for a doctor to fit us in for a house call. That, and it hasn't been that much time since she's come down with her sickness. A little extra time to rest and receive a diagnosis would be...
Just what the doctor ordered. Yeah, thanks. You know a power play when you see one, Victor. Don't engage her on this point, no matter how infuriating it is. Miss Bordeaux, let's discuss this sickness. What are her symptoms?
I'm not at liberty to discuss them.
Dry throat, runny nose, fever, headache, cough.
I'm not at liberty to discuss her symptoms, detective.
Damn, she knows what a tramp looks like.
The less she says, the better for her. And I don't love that she recognizes that. She's being evasive. Let's get to the point. Let's pin her on something that she can't wriggle her way out of. Ooh.
Ooh, pin evidence. Any evidence that has a chance of sticking on Valerie. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Okay, we combine these two?
Oh. Ooh. July thinks Val's a bad influence on June. Maybe Valerie claiming that June is sick when she isn't has something to do with that. I believe it, but I can't make an allegation out of it.
Junior Detective's tip of the day. Humdrum exercises cautious skepticism. What? Humdrum exercises cautious skepticism when reviewing case notes. Hammer lets his gut decide who's guilty and who's innocent.
Oh,
Okay.
it's Goofus and Gallant. It's
I
Humdrum
see.
and Hammer.
Okay.
It's Goofus and Gallant, she said, oldly. Hmm.
Uh... That
Something doesn't add up. I've got to get my story straight and come back. I think you exited.
oh. Detective?
Bitterness lines her voice like she's had time to rehearse her lines and remind herself she has a right to be pissed off. I need to get her out of the way, and I don't think I've got a good enough handle on things to make her budge. This is going to require a long talking to. Should I give it a try anyway?
Okay. Okay, let's skip by this. Okay.
Demon didn't set up the summoning downstairs, and if he did, he's got reasons for doing so beyond my ability to recognize it, that's for sure. It's a bum lead.
Keep your eyes peeled, junior detectives. There's always a crime happening somewhere. Each and every one of you. One of them your responsibility.
Oh, God.
Okay, I see how this do. We're. I guess it has like. I do ghosts and the demon. Is it gonna just?
Ghosts do, in fact, have a tendency to congregate around demonic presences. I mean, I'm here after all.
Junior detectives brand menthol cigarettes are a great way to start every day.
Ah,
Okay, I see. So, we got to put together the right pieces of evidence.
yeah.
So, the bad influence and June's not sick were decent.
We might have something better.
Valerie's on edge and June's not sick.
Valerie's jumpiness doesn't do much to dispel the idea that June's not sick. It only bolsters it. Professional intuition tells me that she's lying, though.
Okay.
Constance doesn't have much to say about her anxiety.
Hi, cheesy lad. Good to see you. It's going all right.
Yeah, hi. Constance turns out to be responsible for the disappearances. It doesn't give Valerie any greater reason to go to a place where Constance currently isn't. I'd say don't forget to ask Mom or Dad if it's okay to switch to hollow points.
God, I hope it did.
Valerie made that mess in the basement. She knew that I had the evidence to prove it was bunk. That certainly would be a reason to be nervous. It's kind of a long shot, though. I don't know if we're possibly missing any evidence.
Yeah, let's see if there's anyone else around we can chat with. Might have something.
Any chance I could talk to July? It's not a real door. That one's locked. What ho, Salazar?
Oh, I'm getting tired. It's getting late. I
Want to try a press just to see what happens before we close it out?
yeah.
I'm deeply into this part of the game. This is exciting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So had bad influence and June's not sick. Fine. Can't make an allegation out of it, so we can't press on that.
Sounds bad.
Common sense and the summoning.
So he's Buckman because of how ridiculous it is. Irrelevant. What about the June's not sick with there's something up a couple. Yeah, bad influence. Or no,
Oh.
no. Down one? Another? What was I thinking? Was it insider knowledge?
Summoning had to be
No.
fate.
Something about Constance saying something about Valerie.
Hmm.
Well, I guess that was just a bad influence again.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Well, if in doubt, use everything on everything else.
Hmm.
Well, I think Valerie's a bad influence, but probably not a bad enough influence to have potentially murdered 2 people. See the connection between summoning downstairs being Bupkis and July's less than stellar thoughts regarding Valerie. I am impressed that they've written stuff for all of these.
Yeah, for sure.
Constance is the one who told me it's possible that July doesn't think very highly of Valerie. It's very likely that July genuinely doesn't think much of Valerie. I'm just not positive ghosts have anything to do with it. Statistically speaking, Junior Detective brand Scotch whiskey is barrel aged longer than you've been alive.
Wow.
God.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Ba-ba-ba. Chin up, Junior Detective. Now that the Great World War's behind us, things are only going to get better from here. Whoa, these are some old tips. Okay. Ba-ba. Hmm.
I'm guessing it doesn't let you proceed if it's not like a good.
It seems
Option?
like it, yeah, because like bad influence and June's not sick feels like the strongest thing, but it's like we can't do an accusation about it.
Right.
I don't know. June's not sick and the demon. Nope. June's not sick and Valerie's on edge. Nope. June's not sick and the summoning. Nope. Insider knowledge. Ghosts. Constance. Common sense. Valerie on edge, the demon. Valerie on edge, summoning. It's something that connects the two, at least on a circumstantial level. Insider knowledge. Kind of a long shot. Ghosts?
Ghosts.
Constance. Common sense. I feel like we must have missed something somewhere, because like,
Sort of feels like it.
because this shouldn't be like, okay, the demon summoning. Summoning common sense. Summoning insider knowledge? Important, but not right now. The demon. I don't know. Ghosts?
Ghosts. I think we gotta be missing one.
We have to be. Okay. I'm very EP sleepy, and I'm not sure what we missed here. Probably something in one of the big dialogue trees, so I thought we did clear those out.
Yeah, did we
Yeah.
talk to the two chuckle fucks up here again?
We did. It's possible that because we got a further topic of conversation, we maybe unlocked something more with Constance. But I do not want to bop all the way back down there to go talk to her again right now. I'd rather just wrap up for the night because it's turbo late.
Yeah, it is getting late. Well,
So that's Deep Night Detective. It's
sorry we couldn't have beaten it there, everybody,
Yeah.
but
yeah, it's an interesting game. I'd highly recommend checking it out and trying to finish it off where we couldn't. I'm not sure where it's where it is in its development, since there doesn't seem to have been any updates since 2021. But maybe there's something. Are we using the
Yeah.
hollow point thing as a raid phrase? What was it? Always ask mom or dad before switching to hollow point bullets. What was it?
yeah, ask your mom and dad if you can switch to hollow points.
Yeah, I think that's a good enough raid phrase. Oh, no worries, Jim. Let's see if we can find someone to raid, and also I better remember to check fan art while I'm at it. Let's see. Nope, nothing in fan art, but that's all good. I hope y'all have a good rest of your day or a good sleep, depending on where you're headed next. Let's see who we. Um. Let's throw over to Little Creature, who's doing Dragon's Dogma again.
Yeah.
Okay, and our raid phrase is that. So, enjoy. We are going to be back on Thursday, hopefully with Deadly Premonition. But if we're not back with Deadly Premonition, as in I can't get the fucking thing to work, we'll be back with Killer Frequency. So look forward to that. Oh,
Yeah.
hydrate? Yeah, okay. One less hydrate for the road.
I just
Sippy.
hydrated. How about that?
Okay. Well. Oh, and what time is it, Slate?
Oh, the current time is 2:52 a.m.
So we're going the fuck to sleep. Good night, y'all. Mwah.
Good night, everybody. Mwah.